For a number of years ago, when I was working as a developer at a corporate company, I still remember what my manager told me by then. He told me that, you can be the best engineer in the world, but if you are the only one who knows that, you're not going to come that long in your professional life. I still remember this because you can apply this lesson to many fields in your life, including your mobile apps. You may have the best mobile app in its field, in the world, but if you are the only one who knows that, your app is not going to come that long. So obviously you need to make sure that other people get to know our app or your app, that it exists and they know and understand what it does. So there are basically two ways of achieving this. One way is the paid advertisement. You go and start running ads, paid ads in different platforms like TikTok or Apple Search Ads, for example, very popular, Google Ads, Meta Ads, and so on. The other way is the organic way of getting downloads or visibility. For that matter, you maybe need to publish lots of content in the social media and make videos or blog posts about your product, or even improve your app store optimization. If you're publishing content and stuff, it's going to take time from you regularly, which is maybe a must nowadays because Apple App Store in particular is very crowded lately. But the App Store optimization, if it is done in the right way, and if it starts paying off and it starts bringing you organic downloads, it's going to be a long-term game. It's going to be bringing you downloads for a number of months, maybe years, if you have a strong ASO strategy and if your ASO strategy is bringing you organic traffic. Because once you get that top position in a given field and start getting more downloads, reviews, and ratings, and Apple also understands your retention value, your app's retention, and how much money it makes, and there are a number of parameters that plays role there. You're gonna enhance your place in the ranking for those keywords that your app is targeting. So it was somewhat easier before. If you find the right keywords for your ASO strategy, you started getting downloads almost from the first day of your app. But it's not the case anymore because the app store is very crowded, and in any field you can think of, there's an app you can actually find in the App Store itself. So, but the thing here is that if you find the right angle, if you have a strong ASO strategy, even if it doesn't bring you the downloads from the first day, I can imagine that it's going to pay off in the long run as your app starts getting downloads and Apple gets to know your app better based on how users use it, based on the ratings and reviews and so on. And after that point, your strong ASO strategy will really pay off. And even if some other new apps starts targeting the same keywords, then they're going to be in a disadvantageous position because your history is going to help your app a lot more compared to those new apps in the same field, even if they again try to target the same keywords. So obviously, if you want to develop a strong ASO strategy, you need to do two things. You need to find the keywords that has organic volume. People are searching for it, and those need to be such keywords that do not have that much difficulty. It should be somewhat easier to rank for those keywords in your targeted markets. So, and if you're using Respectlytics in particular, Respectlytics gives you an opportunity score. As the popularity of a keyword, as the search volume of the keyword with other words goes up, and if the difficulty for ranking that keyword goes down, your opportunity score will be going up as well. And the opportunity score is what you should care about. You maybe find a keyword that has very high popularity, but if it also has very high difficulty, you should avoid that keyword because that high popularity is not going to help you. That domain is probably taken by giant apps or giant companies, and they are maybe even spending thousands and thousands of dollars for keep ranking high for those very popular keywords. One keyword is very easy to rank for, the difficulty is very low, but the popularity maybe also happens to be very low as well. So you shouldn't be targeting such keywords either. So finding the balance here is important, and what you should be following is the opportunity score when using the Respectlytics. And if you are using Respectlytics, which has the most generous free tier among the ASO tools, pretty much anything you pay money for in other ASO tools, you don't need to pay for them in the case of Respectlytics. only the automation part. If you want to automate your ASO keyword research, you can buy the license and start using the pro features. Otherwise, if you're doing the research manually, you don't need to pay anything. And there are no limitations in terms of how many apps you can add to the application or how many keywords you can search per day. So it is pretty much unlimited. So if you're doing your keyword research for a given app, you need to get the popularity scores. And this is a difficult thing because Apple doesn't necessarily provide the popularity scores for each and every keyword from all the countries and categories. But what they did lately, actually they made the API available in the last week or so. Apple provides now the Apple Ads Platform API, which comes with a bunch of endpoints, and you can do lots of things in the world of Apple Search Ads in particular, for managing your ad campaigns and so on. But now they are also providing the popularity scores of many keywords from many countries. What they do is that per country and per category, they give the list of most popular 500 keywords. It is limited to 500 keywords only at most. In some cases, they provide less keywords than this. So you get the popularity figures of those 500 keywords in that given category and country. It is still a lot, but it doesn't cover obviously everything. So what you can do in Respect ASO is that you can choose your popularity score source. If you select Respect ASO's estimations, built-in estimations, then you only get the estimations of Respect ASO. It doesn't matter if Apple provides the popularity score of that keyword or not. So you're getting the predictions of built-in mechanism in Respect ASO. So, and if you select Apple Ads popularity, then what happens here is that if the keyword that you're searching for is available in those lists that Apple is providing, you get that value. But if the keyword that you're interested in doesn't exist in the list of Apple Ads Platform API, then as a fallback mechanism, you are getting the popularity estimation of Respect ASO again. So, by the way, the popularity estimation mechanism has been updated in Respect ASO. What happens now here is that, so since we have access to the popularity scores of many keywords, actually thousands of keywords now, so Respect ASO's prediction mechanism has been calibrated in a way so that the predictions are more in line with the popularity scores that are coming from Apple Ads Platform API. So at the end of the day, it almost doesn't matter which source you pick here anymore. But you can still pick Apple Ads popularity and configure it here. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. It's very easy to do, and there are clear instructions on how you can do that. It doesn't cost anything either. You don't need to run any ads in Apple Ads Platform. You just configure your Respect ASO here in the settings by getting the data, providing the data from Apple App Store. Everything stays on your computer. Everything runs locally, so nothing reaches to me or to Respect ASO servers. Respect ASO has no servers actually for the tool itself. Everything runs locally on your computer. You're not sharing any data with me in that regard. So if the keyword is available in Apple Ads Platform API, you see that number. Otherwise, you get the fallback mechanism. What many people are interested in is actually the long tail keywords. Keywords consisting of 2, 3, maybe 4 keywords. Not only the keyword tracker. Maybe I'm interested in 2 keywords heavy tracker. Or maybe if it's going to be 3 keywords, simple heavy tracker. Obviously, those long-tail keywords are not going to be available in Apple Ads Platform API, and you will always see the fallback mechanism there. Those keywords are going to have lower popularities, obviously, but you can certainly find some hidden gems there. So you should definitely check them out. And if you're running simulations by using the AI-powered features in Respect ASO, you can also configure how many keywords you're targeting, in your simulations. Maybe you're only interested in 3 and 4 such long-tail keywords consisting of 3 or 4 keywords in each. So the options are I'm not going to say unlimited, but quite many. So let's say that I have chosen Apple Ads popularity here. I just come to dashboard. Maybe I just search for sleep sounds as an example. What I see here is that it says EST with a star. But what it says here is that Apple lists each category's 500 most searched terms, and this keyword is not among them for the health fitness category in the storefront this week. So it cannot score above Apple's lowest reported value there, which is 48. So Respect ASO's estimate of 66 scored as 47. So Respect ASO's prediction would be 66 here actually, but now it says 47 here because you are using Apple Ads Platform API as reference, right? So let's search for another one. Let's say habit tracker, which is a very popular keyword, which happens to be available in the top list because now we see the ASA badge here. So popularity happens to be 57, which is the official value that comes from Apple Ads Platform API. So if I come down here, what I see here is that habit tracker has the popularity 57 coming from Apple Search Ads, as you see, or Apple Ads Platform, and sleep sounds here, which is not available in Apple Ads Platform API as the popularity, and the popularity happens to be based on the Respect ASO's estimation should be 47. And if you will pick the popularity as the popularity source, if you had picked the Respect ASO's popularity mechanism, you will see there 66. So there you will be seeing some difference. But in many cases, the difference is not that high actually. For example, it is right now 47 and 57 for habit tracker, 47 for sleep sounds. If I go to the settings and the popularity source and I change it to Respect ASO estimate, what happens is that all those popularity scores are updated automatically without you needing to do anything. What we see here is that habit tracker and sleep sounds both have the EST or estimation. Estimation is the estimation of Respect ASO here. It was 57 before. And available in Apple Ads Platform API endpoint, but now it is 60. So 57 was the Apple's prediction, 60 is the prediction of Respect ASO. They're not that far away from each other. Sleep sounds, on the other hand, it was 47. It was, by the way, not available in Apple Ads Platform API as a popularity because it's not among those 500 most popular keywords. So the calibrated estimation was 47 as a fallback mechanism. But if you change your popularity source from Apple Ads Platform API to the internal built-in prediction mechanism of Respect ASO, you see the value 66. From one angle, the difference is not huge actually, 47 and 66, and it's not available in Apple Ads Platform API. But on the other hand, the difficulty values will always be the same. So both habit tracker and sleep sounds, those keywords are very difficult to rank for. So I don't want to prolong this, I don't want to make this video too long. What I want to address here is that you now can choose your popularity source in two different ways in Respect ASO. You can either rely on Respect ASO's own internal prediction mechanism, which I often do actually because it works pretty well, at least for my app so far. You can also choose Apple Ads Platform API. So if your keyword that you're interested in is available in the most popular 500 keywords in the given category and country, then you get that number. Otherwise, as a fallback mechanism, Respect ASO provides a calibrated prediction again for the popularity of the keyword that you're interested in. So the popularity is not going to help you much by itself. You also need to check the difficulty, and the difficulty values will not change no matter which source you pick as your popularity source in the settings. But the opportunity score may change slightly because the popularity scores will be different in each case. So for example, if I come back to the screen here, what we see here is that since even if both keywords have decent popularity, since difficulty is overall difficulty in particular is very high for those keywords, the opportunity happens to be 24 for habit tracker and 22 for sleep sounds, which means that it is not easy to rank for those keywords, no matter what popularity they have. So I hope it was helpful. I hope I could explain how to use Respect ASO in the right way, especially when reading popularity scores for different keywords in different categories and countries. Thanks for watching and see you next time.